Okay. Ugh. Waiting to see if I am online. Gonna be a delay today. There it is. Quite a delay tonight. Hello, hello, hello. For anybody out there, how are ya? Let's see here. That's not it. Here we go. Boom. I want to make sure I can see the live chats. Gonna wait a little while. I see one person's out there. Hello, Huub. Is that you? Is that you, Huub? I'm not sure if that's you or not. Let's let it wait a few more minutes for some other people to show up, if anyone else is out there to show up. In the meantime, let's see. I got some stuff I want to talk about. Let's see. I'm just getting to I'm watching myself. Just got to the part where I'm asking if that's Huub. There it is. Yep. Huub says hello. Hey, Huub. How you doing, buddy? Quite a delay. There's quite a delay. So you won't hear that for a few seconds. Anyways, while we wait. Huub, I want to talk about your car some more and stuff. Can we wait? I got a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm so tired. So we'll talk about that next week. I'm going to watch your videos again. You made some update videos. I want to watch those again, refresh my brain. I worked really hard today on today's subject. Today we're going to be talking about, obviously, the title, who is Elon Musk. Okay, I think you wrote okay. And I spent all afternoon working on it. I did a lot of research and stuff, and want to talk about that because I saw this homepage. You guys got to check this out. Got some more people on here. I saw this homepage, and let's see if I can interact with it. And this is from a homepage called, what's the homepage called? Cybertruck something club, and I'm part of that club. I joined that thing when I first pre-ordered my Cybertruck. And you guys know, anybody's been with my channel for a while now, you guys know how I feel about Tesla, Elon Musk. Not a big fan at all. But I did pre-order the truck because I felt like, it's $150 over here. Doesn't hurt. I don't have a lot of confidence in the truck ever coming out, but it is probably the cheapest truck out there, including all gasoline trucks for a truck its size. It's really, really cheap. And I felt like, that's actually something I can afford. I'm not that hopeful, but I don't know. Maybe it'll pop up. But I mean, the Roadster, people put $50,000 down on the Roadsters and stuff. Semi-truck orders, they're still waiting for theirs because of the battery, supposedly. And the Cybertruck's going to be using the same battery, so I don't know. Like I said, even if it starts coming out, like in America, like in the next year or two, I won't be seeing it over here for 6 years, probably 5-6 years still. That's just the way it is in this weird place. So anyways, I saw this stuff, and I was just looking into this, and it's just like, what a weird story. I mean, the Cybertruck hasn't even... The Ford F-150 full electric that's coming out next year. The Rivian's already come out, and Rivian's getting rave reviews. It's doing really quite well. People are like really impressed with the quality and everything. And the Ford F-150, I think, is going to do really well as well. It's they're sticking with their tried and true design and everything. I think it's going to do well. I kind of like that frunk that they use on the Ford truck, like a work desk. It's kind of cool. And it's good price. The Ford F-150 is a very competitive price with the Tesla Cybertruck. And so I don't know. I just I think these stories are just ridiculous, and I like reading the comments and stuff on them. And it's like, there's one negative comment, but most of the comments are very positive towards the guy and everything. It's like, what are they? I pre-ordered the truck, and I what is the big deal? Who cares if other companies do better than it, especially at the beginning and stuff? I mean, who cares? I mean, I don't really see This guy, he just goes on for 3 minutes about why he thinks he's just a nobody, just like me. He's a nobody like me. He's got his opinion and stuff. That's fine, but I mean, I hear this. This guy is constantly putting out videos like this, like why this Tesla Cybertruck, why people need to just come to grips that the Cybertruck and Tesla are the number one. It's that the fanboy thing is just driving me crazy, and I'm just tired of the Elon being treated like a sacred cow, and I think it's time to slaughter the sacred cow, metaphorically speaking, guys. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I write before something to you on my video. Did you see that from last week? Yes, I did. I saw that. I saw the video, and then I saw what you wrote to me. And it was last week. I don't have it on the top of my head, fresh in my brain. So I want to go over it again. I want to watch it again. I'll talk about it next week. I have a lot to cover tonight. Oh, Huub. It's just you and I, buddy. It's just you and I. It was going so well. I had three people watching, and I guess they really don't want to hear me tear apart Elon Musk, but I have to. I don't think people really know who Elon Musk really is, and so I thought I'd go into detail about who this person is and what I think he's about. So it's probably gonna upset a lot of people. So be it. Before though, let's start off with some funny stuff, kinda. So, anyways, you all know what I have for camera, for phone camera. I need my glasses. Where the heck is my phone? Where did I put my phone? Am I sitting on it? Hang on. Where's my phone? Oh, I put my phone somewhere. I was going to show you guys. Down here. Janet, have you seen my phone, kiddo? My dog's all upset with me. Dang, James, what time is it there? It's late, guys. It's late. Oh, Neil! Hey, Neil! Long time no see, buddy. Thanks for joining. It's almost midnight. It's 11:40 in the evening. I am so tired, and I worked all afternoon on this subject I want to talk about, and I'm so tired. But wow, long time no see, buddy. How's your Tesla going? How's your Leaf? I think your wife took over the Leaf, and you're driving the Tesla around. Dude, that's cool. Where did I put my phone? Goodness gracious. Oh, it's right here. Oh, look how tired I am. My phone's been right here the whole time. Hey, buddy. So anyways, you guys know I have a new iPhone 13, and I've been really enjoying the picture quality and stuff. If any of you watched my last video, I put up a video of me and my wife and I going up into the mountains again to look at the fall foliage. And I took some pictures up there. Everything you see in that video is from this phone, the camera. Both video and still photos. And it's just amazing. The camera is amazing. Did you guys watch that barbecue? I mean, I could barely see myself, but see with my own eyes what I was going and stuff. But the camera was it has such a good low light camera on it now. I could see better looking through that than just using my own eyes looking around. It was extremely sensitive to low light. So yeah, it was crazy. It looked like it was still daytime, but with my eyes, it was dark. It was crazy. It was really cool. If you watch that barbecue, that's great. You have the Bolt now. Cool. Awesome. I like the Bolt. I drove the Bolt. You guys, you know that I drove the Bolt around when I was visiting my father, just before he passed away, and the Bolt worked out great. That's a good little car, affordable. I just don't like. The trunk is too small for me, for my standards. I was spoiled by that Leaf. The Leaf has a gigantic trunk, and I'm sure the Tesla does too, the Model S. But the Bolt's trunk is a little teeny. But the rest of the car, great. Pretty good ride on it. Yeah, so I like that. We got more comments. Hang on. What's going on with I hate this stupid app. How just get this? Yes, nice video was the special barbecue. Yeah, the barbecue was awesome. Thanks, Huub. Waiting for the new LG pack from GM. It will be higher capacity, 6 kilowatts. Okay, 6 more kilowatt hours of battery. Cool. Why can't I scroll better than that? That's crazy. Okay. So I was going to talk about, let's see, go in here. I really got to stay off of that stuff. There we go. So check this out. This is, I just figured out, it has what they call cinematic mode. In cinematic mode, I haven't used it. I was using it actually on my epic camping or epic trip to Ishikawa prefecture with my wife, but little did I know it didn't transfer through when I was using it on Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro wasn't optimized for it yet. I finally just got like a week ago the update, and I just today I spent some time trying to figure out how to operate it. It took me about 15 minutes, but once I got it, it's pretty cool. So what you can do with it is you can actually you can adjust the blur around, in the background. You can adjust where the blur is. Like you'll see here in a second. I'm gonna switch the blur to me, and now the car is gonna be sharp, and I can and then I can switch back. And I'm gonna go back to the tree here in a second, and the tree's now gonna be focused, and I'm gonna be out of focus again. So I go back and forth. That's pretty cool, right? And that is with cinematic through Final Cut Pro. So there's a lot of new features on this new camera and this phone that are really quite amazing. It's got the new low light feature. It's got the cinematic mode. It can shoot in Dolby Vision, both front and back. So is cinematic mode. Same thing, cinematic mode. Same thing with the low light, like front and back cameras. Anything the back camera can do, the front camera can do. It's pretty amazing, except for the super wide. Super wide is, back camera only. Really impressed with this little camera. The camera on this phone is very impressive. I'm going from a 10 though. 10 to a 13, probably a big jump. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. So I thought I'd start off with that. Let's see here. Sorry, 66 kilowatt hour. Okay, cool. Kilowatt hour. I know what you're saying. All right. So Huub is saying, he corrected your kilowatt hour, but yeah. So it's going from it was a 60 originally, so it's going up 6 kilowatt hours. Okay, cool, nice. So that's gonna give you. It had decent range though when I was over in America. The Bolt had decent range, so that's gonna be nice. Price is gonna stay the same. I wonder, is it gonna be a little more expensive? Here, check this out, guys. Let's see if I can find it. Look what I found. When I went on that trip to go to the mountains, I found this. And you're saying, so what? What is that? That is the new charger for the Aria. Remember, the Aria has been delayed. The Nissan Aria, the SUV, that's going to have, you can either get 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. It's going to be a luxury. It's going to be a luxury SUV, full electric. And they've been putting it off and putting it off. It was supposed to come out already over here, and they've delayed it over here as well as Europe. And I don't know about America, but I don't know if it's even coming out in America. But Europe and in Japan, it's been delayed, and they weren't giving a reason. But it was obvious to me is because they didn't have any, at least in Japan. Of course, you guys in Europe, you do have it, but in Japan there was no infrastructure for it. We only had 50 kilowatt chargers, and they're not even full 50 kilowatt. They're really 44 kilowatt chargers. They're not really 50. Anyway, so they finally came out with a new charger for the Aria, but the problem with it is it's only 90 kilowatts. That's the max you can get for the Aria over here. I don't know about Europe, but Aria over here, the max you can use is 90 kilowatts on it. And if you get the 60 kilowatt battery pack, you're okay probably. But with the 90 kilowatt hour battery pack, you're going to be in trouble with this. It's going to be slower than a 24 kilowatt hour Leaf to charge up on a 50 kilowatt charger, basically. It's going to take quite a while. And so I think it's going to be a problem. But anyways, I finally found one. This was over in Saitama Prefecture. It looks like Saitama is getting all these chargers right now. And check it out. You have two charge spots. That's nice. So not only are they upgrading the chargers finally to 90 kilowatt chargers for the new Aria, But they're going to give us 2 charge stations off the one brick, so that's cool. And I'll give you a close up of the display. It's so new they didn't even take the plastic off the display yet. But yeah, that's what the display looks like. They've updated it a little bit. It looks like a speedometer for some reason for your charge level. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a smart charger. It didn't charge my car any faster or harder than any other one. So yeah, I can still use 90 kilowatt as well. I just don't get to use the full 90 kilowatts. So that's pretty cool. So they're getting there. They're starting to get those chargers out, which means the Aria will be coming out soon. They just came out with another, a few months ago, they had a limited edition you could order, and it was a 2-tone, gorgeous. It was really pretty. And I think they sold out of those. And now they have another one. They have a 2nd gen. They call it limited edition, 2nd gen limited edition. And they're offering pre-orders for that now. And so, cool. It should be coming out soon. Is Aria going to be CCS over here? In America, I'm sure it will be. I mean, I think the Leaf already. I think that's CCS. I'm sure the Aria will be. Over here in Japan, it's going to be CHAdeMO. That's why it's 90 kilowatts. CCS can do more. I think CHAdeMO is limited to 100 kilowatts. That's why everyone else went to other formats. So CCS, yeah, that's the standard in Europe. I think you have to use CCS. Even Tesla has to be CCS in Europe, which I feel bad for Tesla because they have a really good system. It's maybe superior to CCS, but they're not allowed to use their own system over in Europe. Europe is Europe, and so even Teslas are CCS over there. But America probably CCS as well, and CCS is good. I think you can go up to 150 kilowatts on a CCS, maybe even higher, maybe even higher than that. I don't know, but for some reason, CHAdeMO, I think if I remember right, I think I heard CHAdeMO is limited to 100 kilowatts, as much as that's the max you can do for charging. I think I remember reading that somewhere. So yeah, 90. I feel like that's too low for that big battery pack on the 4-wheel drive 90 kilowatt, or is it almost 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. I don't think that's going to be enough for it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I hope I can get a hold of one and I can test it out and drive it around really good and use one of those 90 kilowatt chargers, see just how quickly I get to 80%. It's going to be liquid cooled and liquid heated, so charging should not be a problem. Should not cause any trouble to the battery pack, so won't have to worry about battery gate this time, hopefully, versus the Leaf. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I found a new charger, and those are in Saitama. Nothing over here in Chiba, not even Tokyo area yet. Hopefully they'll spread out soon. Which is really odd because it's from Yokohama, right? At least it's Yokohama in that area, Shizuoka area. So why didn't they put the chargers in there around there first? They because I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, that's that. Let's see. With the Ioniq 5 go over 200. Wow, good for CCS. I don't know. I don't think I'm not sure. I mean, it seems like to me when I look at the plug, the CHAdeMO plug, to me it looks like it should be able to handle 200 kilowatts, no problem. It doesn't look any smaller than the CCS, the DC ports, but who knows? It must be something else causing the trouble. So yeah, let's get into this. It's a long one. This is going to be a long one, guys. But I thought we should do it. Oh, I got one more thing. This is funny. I took my kids to the zoo and I found this car. And you guys know I like K cars. And this car just made me laugh. Racing stripes on it and the painted brake calipers and the low profile tires on these 13-inch wheels or 14-inch wheels at the most. And then if you look at the front, oops, I did the wrong one first. I did the wrong one first. Did not mean to do that. If you look at the front, I ruined the joke. It was really funny. If you look at the front, it looks like it's got a collaboration the Suzuki has collaborated with BMW to make this car. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, of course you probably do because I ruined the joke. Let me activate the picture. This teeny little BMW emblem on it. And they didn't even center it on the car. It's off center. Oh, it made me laugh. I had to take pictures of that. I was laughing so hard. This little teeny little this little button about this big on the front of the car. And they couldn't even center it. How hard is it to center it? You just put it above the Suzuki emblem. Eee. It was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Olympia! Bonjour. How you doing, buddy? Let's see. What's up, buddy? I was just talking about a K car. We're going to get into Elon Musk. And I know there's a lot of fanboys out there, but Elon has become a bit of a sacred cow lately. I think there's a lot of mystery about him, and I'm going to try to clear some of that up. I'm going to try to slaughter that sacred cow because he is just a man, and I think people put way too much faith and trust and hope into this flawed guy. And hey, I pre-ordered a Cybertruck. you know how I feel about the man. You know I like the cars, but you know how I feel about the man. But at the same time, the cars, I watch Rich rebuilds, and Rich has got those guys, and he just got the Plaid. He got a hold of the Plaid Tesla, which, by the way, broke down while they had it. They had to send it back. It couldn't even run anymore. But they were looking at it, and they put on the lift, and they were checking it all out, and the engineers were kind of laughing about, every time they come out with a new model, little improvements. Like the Model 3, one of the big problems with the Model 3 is if you go through a puddle, kind of a deep puddle, it'll rip the, you got some kind of plastic covering on the bottom of the car. It'll rip it right off the way they mounted it. The water gets in and just rips the thing right off. Well, they fixed that problem with the new Model S, a Plaid Model S or whatever new Model S. They fixed that problem, but then they found other problems. Like there's a serious problem with how they hooked up the main power from the battery, from the not the battery pack, but the inverter to the motor or something like that. I don't know, somewhere where it's gonna fray. It's gonna get a short. They said after use, the way they mounted that was awful. It was also really cool. They had a thing on the motor, like part of the motor cover, where there was a tunnel for one of the power cables. The big orange cap power cable to go through the tunnel. Kind of it was a groove, and it could go through it. It'd be really nice and neat. The funniest thing was it didn't fit. So the cable started going in, and then halfway through it popped out and it went over the thing. It looked so ridiculous. It's just funny. It's like Teslas are great cars, but they're great when you have a warranty. But if you don't have a warranty, they can be very, very, very expensive. And the main reason for that is the way Tesla makes you use only their service departments. Unless you're lucky enough to live in Boston, or not Boston, but Massachusetts. Massachusetts is the only state where you have right to repair. And so you can take it to a third party and have them work on it. And Tesla can't do anything about it. But all of the 49 other states, you are at the mercy of Tesla. And, they have back orders. It could take a while to get your car. So it means you have to drive a loaner car or something like that. And after a while, if it takes a long time, I was watching a thing about Fastlane? What was it? I don't know. Some kind of other channel. They got a hold of a Model 3 when it first came out. The sun damaged the back end, just a little bit of damage. But to get it repaired, it was going to take literally months to get it repaired. And so I guess the insurance only covered for a certain amount of time on the loaner car. It was just a big mess. So it can be very expensive to repair a Tesla, warranty or no warranty. Like if you're in warranty, because it takes so long, you might have to use your own money or find some other transportation, because your insurance isn't going to cover the amount of time that the car is going to be gone for that loaner car, things like that. But yeah, Tesla, it's a good car company. It's a good beginner's car company. It's definitely, you know how I feel about it, guys. I've been talking about it for ages, and you old timers know what I'm talking about. Channel chargers are slowly dying over here. Main reason I got rid of the Leaf. Exactly. Probably hard to find chargers for the Leaf anymore. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, you're right. But there are adapters, I suppose. You can get an adapter for if you buy an old Leaf. You could probably get a CCS adapter for it, I suppose. Those things are really expensive, I bet. $300-$500 for an adapter? Probably, I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm just going to go into this and let's get this party started. Start with the first pick. Let's see here. Oh, let me read the comment real quick. Guys, when I start doing the thing about the Elon Musk, it's a long one kinda, and so I'm not gonna be paying attention to comments. So hold your comments until after I'm pretty much done, and then chime in. Boom, boom, boom. Let me have it, and I'll probably get torqued off and ban you all. I'm just kidding. Let's see. What did he write? So Elaine Pierre wrote something, then he took it away. Now he brought something back. I'm a recent Tesla owner, but I never idolized Elon Musk. After 2 years watching Bjorn videos, I very well know the pros and cons of Model 3 before buying it. Right. And that's the car that I would really like to get, but I can't afford it new, even still. It's a lot cheaper now thanks to China. But it's still out of my price range, and so I'm hoping that's still like the gold ring. It used to be the Model S, but now I kind of like the 3. I like the style of it. I actually like the looks of the new Model 3 more than the S. And the Model 3, the new one, it's loaded. I mean, there's not much it doesn't have. I mean, besides, of course, range and power and acceleration, there's not much it doesn't have that the S has. It's got even heated steering wheel now. Finally catching up with the Leaf and a lot of other cars out there. It's finally got a heated steering wheel. It's got they threw in like the power gates, and it's loaded now. It's a pretty well loaded car. It doesn't have the air suspension, but I know most people don't like that because eventually it does go bad and it's expensive to maintain. So a lot of people that buy Teslas, like a used Tesla Model S, they tend to just spend the money and switch over to a spring system anyways. They get rid of the air suspension because it's nice, but it is so expensive. It's not just Tesla. That's all cars that use an air pneumatic suspension system. They over time they will start to fail, and it's very expensive to keep them going and stuff. So a lot of people eventually they'll just switch them over to springs anyways. So Model 3's already got it. You don't have to worry about it. I like the Model 3. That's the one I would like to get. It's kind of a dream car. It used to be the S was my dream car, but I'm also being realistic. The S is getting more and more expensive. It's ridiculous. The price for an S new now is just so ridiculous. Over here, you're pushing $200,000 almost for a car, and it has awesome range. The Model S has got more range than most gasoline cars anymore. But we don't have chargers for it. The most powerful charger we have over here is 140 kilowatts. Literally, that's the most. That's only one. All the other Tesla superchargers are 120 kilowatts only. Japan is very strict about what you can use. So I mean, I would not wish that on anybody. You buy a $180,000 Model S over here, the Plaid. And you got that big battery pack in it. How long is that going to take to charge that thing up with 120 kilowatts? You'd be sitting there for quite a while. I don't think it's going to be very popular over here. Even us EV people, we have a limit of how long we're willing to wait to charge a car. That's how I get. That's the feeling I get, anyways. So I do like Tesla cars. But I'm realistic about them too at the same time. I don't know how. I should ask since Neil's here. Neil, you bought that S used quite a while ago. How's it been going? You haven't had any huge repair bills with it, right? And you probably got some kind of extended warranty when you bought it. You probably bought it from Tesla, so it came with some kind of warranty. Have you had to use the warranty since you bought it? And now that it's probably out of warranty by now, what are you gonna do? Are you planning on keeping it, or are you gonna get rid of it? I should ask that question, and then we'll get into Musk. Trust me, we'll get into that. Let's see if Neil's still here. 4 people. Somebody else jumped on. That could be Oslo Jim jumping on, saying hi. Let's just wait a second. There's such a delay. There's such a delay. I have to wait a while before I'll get an answer from Neil if he's still out there. But yeah, that's what I want to find out on Neil. From Neil, houses, because he bought a Model S used. He got a really good deal on it, because you can get really good deals in America on used S's. You can't over here. A used S is basically the same price as a new one. You're like maybe saving $10,000 max. They're very expensive. And I'm telling you, when you buy a Tesla, if it's only $10,000, I would actually go new, because you can have a longer warranty. It's a better warranty. Their after service, when they have a warranty, their after service is ridiculously good. Tesla, I'll give them props on that. They probably are one of the best car companies for after service when your car is under warranty. So, yeah. Well, that is also Jim. I was right. Number 4 is also Jim. I stopped by, checked my email, and just noticed you up and running. That's funny. You stopped where to check your email? Where'd you stop at? That's funny. I like Model 3 too, but my Onic is still so good with low running costs. Right on, buddy. Right on. New. I'm not... Dude, I don't have access to your car. Do not take offense when I talk about Tesla like this. I only have access to Nissan, Tesla, Jaguar I-Pace. I think that's about it. There's not a lot over here. We don't have a lot. There are no Kias. There are no Hyundais. Or Hyundais, however you want to say it. I don't even think I have Volkswagens. Either the Volkswagens, the ID3s, or whatever they are. None of them are over here yet. Not yet. I don't know if they're ever going to, I don't know. Japan is very anti-electric. I think it's because they don't have a lot, like I said, their infrastructure is really bad right now. They could not handle a lot of electric cars. So it's mostly gasoline over here. So I don't have a choice. If I want a different car than a Nissan, it's basically Tesla. Because honestly, I test drove the I-Pace, and it was a fine car, but it really wasn't worth the price tag. You're really paying for the name on that bad boy too. Although I have a feeling it might be a little Jaguar. I just don't trust Jaguar. I'd actually take my chances with the Tesla over Jaguar. Like I said, Tesla, while the car's under warranty, best customer service out there. Have I got an answer from Neil yet? Neil has not answered me. So I would say Neil probably left the building. Either that or he's writing a long reply. Anyways, let's get busy. 4 people on here. Woohoo! That's a record for me. Let's get going. Let's start this party. All right? I'm going to start. Now, once I start doing this, I am not going to be reading the comments because I have a lot to go through. I spent a whole afternoon trying to get this all organized and set up, and there's a lot about Elon that I think a lot of people don't know, and there's a lot that people do know. Let's see what you guys know. Let's see if any of this stuff I'm about to talk about, anything is new to you guys. It should be interesting. Let's get busy. Let's start off with the first pick. How do I turn my first pick on? Why isn't my first pick coming on? Did I lose my first pick? Of course I did. That's my second pick. Where's my first pick? Why aren't you working, first pick? Oh, there it is. I see why. It got moved. There we go. All right, here's my first pick. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see. All right, hang on. Okay, I'm going to read the comment because this one popped up. Japan talks electric, but they don't want any new... It's late. My eyes are just bothering me tonight. Sorry. Newcomers. Oh, and it doesn't want any newcomers. I think possibly. They just don't like competition. Japan is very anti-competition with foreign companies. Very anti-competition. Ford bailed out a couple of years ago because of that. They got sick of all the tariffs and stuff. Okay. Let's go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Myths. We'll start with the myths of Elon Musk. So here we go. We're starting with the myths of Elon Musk. So the first myth is he comes from humble beginnings. Elon was from humble beginnings. He grew up poor in South Africa. That is a major, major myth. The truth is, his family owned an emerald mine. Yeah, that's true. And we'll get into how they got the emerald mine and whether they still own the emerald mine right now. We'll get into that later. But at the time when he was a teenager, no, he was not poor. He did not come from, and also his father was a pilot before that. Father owned his own plane, supposedly, allegedly. I'll say allegedly. So no, they were never poor. They grew up in South Africa. They were not poor. Moving on to image 2. So as a teenager, when Elon was in New York, he would walk around with emeralds in his pocket even. He was definitely anything but a poor boy growing up. As a matter of fact, here's a story. Elon Musk once casually sold his father's emeralds to Tiffany & Company while his dad was sleeping. This is from his father. Father was talking about this. We were very wealthy, says Errol. Errol is his father's name. We had so much money at times we couldn't even close our safe. So he was bragging about the amount of money he had when he was when Elon was a young boy. So that's myth number 1. Myth number 1 is he came from. A lot of people think he came from humble. He's a poor boy. He came from humble beginnings. No, couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. Next one would be probably the next one is about his school. So Elon claimed he had a $100,000 college loan debt. That would be image 4. So Elon Musk says he had about $100,000 in student debt after college. I couldn't even afford a second PC, he claims, right? That's what Elon says. That's not true, actually, because he got a full scholarship to University of Pennsylvania. Okay? Yeah, that doesn't sound like being $100,000 in debt, really. He got a full scholarship to University of Pennsylvania. That's he started off at different universities, but then he moved on to University of Pennsylvania. I'm gonna have a lot of screenshots of where I'm getting this information from, so nobody can accuse me of making stuff up. This is all stuff from either Wikipedia or other news sources or Google. This is all stuff that's out there for anybody to fact check if they want. But this is all true, okay? Well, people say, well, wait. Maybe he rung up his money. I got that $100,000 tab not because of scholarship or because of school, but because of just trying to live in a foreign country and everything. It was like, well, that would be fine and all, but Elon. Let's see if I can find I gotta find the right number. No, that's not it. Why is that there? I don't know. I put these are out of order. I put these in order and they're out of order. Okay, so Elon bought a 10-bedroom frat house with his friend Adeo Resi in the Big Apple. No, not Big Apple. Not in New York. This is in Pennsylvania. So he bought a 10-bedroom frat house with his friend Adeo Resi to have parties illegal parties. And I've got news sources for that. Did anyone ever attend the parties that Elon Musk and Adeo Resi used to throw at their UPenn house? Yeah, so he definitely was not poor, even when he was in college. He had plenty of money. Literally thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars available to him. He bought, with his friend, a 10-bedroom frat house. And they threw illegal parties almost every night. He was a party animal. That part, once again, is true. Let's see here. There he is, one of his party pictures. I love that pic. So that's another myth that's been. I think we took care of that myth. Let's get into his career. All right. So let's see what people think about his career. Maybe people know all the stuff that I've already talked about here. About him not being poor, growing up poor, about him not being $100,000 in debt in school and actually buying a 10-bedroom frat house so he can have parties and stuff with his friend. Maybe people already knew that, but let's get into his career. Let's see just how much fact is from fiction and stuff like that on Elon Musk. Okay, and remember, I'm not doing this to be a jerk. It's just that too many people look at this guy like he's some kind of savior and stuff. Like he's such a genius, and he's so smart. He can run every company so perfectly and stuff. I think the reason that once you hear all this stuff, you're going to realize that that's not possible. Okay, and at the end, I'll go into my opinion of who Elon Musk is and things like that. And it's just opinion. It's just my, allegedly, could it be kind of thing. But we'll go into that later. So let's see here. So his first business venture was with his brother. It's called Zip2. Anybody know about Zip2? Well, let me see if I can find a picture of Zip2. Oh gosh, these are all mixed up. No, that's the party. That's the party house. Oh yeah, that's just stuff. Okay, I see. I wasn't out of order. I was just missing it. Okay. I don't know. I was looking at the title. So this one's talking about how he got a full scholarship. Okay, got it. Okay, so I did have the right stories. I had them in order, and I just screwed it up. Okay. So, anyways, back. So he started a business venture with his brother called Zip2, and basically it was a digital Yellow Pages. It's Yellow Pages for the internet. He received tens of thousands of dollars from his parents to help start this company. But Elon denies that. He just told he's just no, that's not true. But it's out there. So his father's business partner brought numerous business investors over, but Elon's code was not up to par. So they were upset about it. So they had to hire a whole bunch of people that actually knew how to write code. To get the Zip2 up to running condition, okay, to get it up to decent. So they hired people who knew how to code to fix Zip2. Zip2 was sold a compact computer for $307 million, who later gave up on it because it was still buggy and didn't work well, and they made zero profit from it. So they bought it for $307 million, and they didn't make a dime off of it. It was a waste of their money. And from that, Elon made $22 million. That was his first big money-making thing. And everybody knows about this one because this is where, when he made that $22 million from the sale of that, that's where he bought that $1 million Mclaren F1. I got pictures of that. There it is. There he is. Was his at that time, his girlfriend at the time, getting his F1. I saw this. I watched this video. I remember watching this news story. And he's very happy. He's getting his F1 delivered to him. And I remember that. I remember watching him. It was really interesting to watch. He looked really young, very thin, both body and hair. And he was very excited about getting this F1. But it's kind of funny. It's $1 million car. I'm looking at it right now. It just doesn't look like a $1 million car anymore, does it? It's like such a waste of money. $1 million on a car. Anyway, so McLaren F1 supercar, and he wrecked it. How did he wreck it? He wrecked it bad, almost immediately. And the worst part was, it wasn't even insured. When he wrecked it, the car wasn't even insured. I love that picture they used on that news site. But yeah, so that was famous. Everybody knows about the McLaren he wrecked, and why. That's what they try to say why he started Tesla. We'll get into Tesla a little later, okay? For now, let's move on. So that was his first business venture was Zip2. I don't even know if anybody knew about Zip2, but that's it. So his next one he started was called X.com. And that one probably people know about, X.com. X.com, he founded that with a bank expert, Harris Fricker, and then also Edward Ho and Christopher Payne. And they all started that company together, the bank. But all three co-founders, Harris Fricker, Edward Ho, and Christopher Payne, all three left the company when Elon lied to the media about the quality of the product. They were incredibly embarrassed about it. So they left, these guys. Here it is, Harris Fricker, Edward Ho, Christopher Payne. No photo available. Sorry, but these three guys, they co-founded not PayPal, but X.com. They co-founded X.com with Elon Musk. And when Elon Musk went to the media and started telling all these big fibs about how great the company was and how great the software was, they're like, we're out of here. we're gone. So, needless to say, the company started hemorrhaging money big time, millions and millions of dollars. He was in financial trouble after they left. So this is where PayPal comes in. So Elon claims he's the founder of PayPal. This is not true. The founder of PayPal are these two guys. It wasn't called PayPal. It was called Confinity at the time. Confinity. These are the founders. Let's see if I can get their names. So I'll say. It was founded in 1998 by Peter Thiel and Max Lechton, I think his name is. And these guys co-founded it. And after losing millions of dollars, X.com was purchased by Confinity. So these guys bought Elon's company, X.com, because his company was just losing millions and millions of dollars. They bought it. And Musk's contribution to the merger was a power struggle. Yes, it was. He was a pain in their butt. And he insisted on being CEO and pushed to change Confinity's name to X.com. He did not want to be looked at as a failure. So he was trying to force him to change the name to X.com. But the executive team successfully petitioned to fire Musk while he was on vacation. This is true. So they did. 21 years ago, Elon Musk was fired from PayPal. Here's how he bounced back. Okay, that's the story that we got that information from. And so yeah, he was fired. They fired him when he was on vacation. Let's see here. Let's see. Elon managed to procure a creator title. Okay, what he did is he didn't do that. What he did is he one of his how do you say it? Not a severance deal, but a thing he made a deal with them while in order for him to leave peacefully or something like that. He made them wipe off all creators' names on it. So if you went to their homepage, there was no names showing recognition of who was the owner of at that time Confinity. So he was able to take. He was able to say he was the creator. There was nobody. They couldn't fight him on that. So that was how he was clever there. So he said, "Okay, fine, you can kick me out, but you're gonna allow me to be a creator as well." And he made them take all the names off the site for creators of Confinity. Okay, and so that's part of a severance package, I guess. And after leaving, Peter Thiel then changed the name to PayPal, went public, and sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Musk didn't sell it. Peter Thiel sold it. After he went public, he sold it to eBay. Elon was already out. He was gone. But he still managed to make $180 million from that deal. So Elon did make money from it, even though he was long gone by then. So there's Thiel, there's Elon Musk, and there's PayPal. And the funny thing is they hated each other, but there's a photo of them together. He made $180 off of that deal selling PayPal, even though he wasn't around. He didn't do it. Peter Thiel sold it. It wasn't even Musk who did it. Okay, so that's that. So let's see, where am I at? Yeah. Then we'll go on to image 17. Then we go to here. So there's $180 million, and Elon's like, yay, I'm rich now. Woohoo, I can get hair. So he got some hair. Not only did he get his hair put in, he got hair plugs put in, but he also did some other things. With $180 million, he did invest in several companies. Tesla. He invested in Tesla. He invested in SpaceX. And he invested in Solar City, which did not do well. It failed. But those three companies he invested in, okay? Elon claims to be the founder of Tesla Motors. Yes, he does. He does claim to be the founder of Tesla Motors. But this is not true. The actual founder There's two. The actual founders of Tesla Motors are two different guys. Let's see if I can get their names right. It was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning, I think, and Martin Eberhard. And I got their pictures right here. These two guys, they're the ones that actually founded Tesla. Wasn't Elon, guys. Elon had nothing to do with that Roadster. Not a thing. That was these two guys. And what happened was, Elon this is kind of funny because actually it's kind of these two guys' fault. It happens a lot. So you got these two guys, they're in a startup company and they're strapped for cash. They got this great product and they want to put it out there, but they don't have the money to put it out there. So what do? They have to look for people. So they were looking for venture capital. So they went looking for venture capital and they went to Elon Musk because he had that fake credibility of PayPal's co-founder, which is not true. He wasn't a co-founder, but he made the people take their names off so he could just claim it anyway. So he claimed of being co-founder, but he wasn't of PayPal. Anyways, so they went to him and they asked him to join. And he joined, but it was in a condition of being named chairman of the board. So immediately he wanted to be called chairman of the board. Okay. All right. So this is a thing saying Musk has long been the face of Tesla. He did not join the company until 2004. He invested $30 million into the company and became the chairman of the board of directors. Musk would also help raise money from Google. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's just to back up what I just said. Okay, so nobody's like, you're not telling the truth. This is all out there for you to look. Okay. So it's kind of, those two guys, they were hurting for money. They went to Musk. They thought they had a good guy that they could trust and a smart guy they could trust. And they went to him and he did his typical power thing. And yeah, he'll join, but he'll give him money, but on the condition of being named chairman of the board. Okay. And let's see, I got a whole bunch of pictures to go along with this. Elon Musk Tesla Inc. was founded by others and he was credited as co-founder through a lawsuit settlement. Tesla Motor replaces Eberhard as CEO. Got ahead of myself. So, let's see. Musk was angry. Media didn't give him credit for Tesla, so he went after Martin Eberhard and replaced him as CEO. He then forced Eberhard out of the company. Eberhard was even promised a new Roadster, the newest one, the one that everybody's waiting for. But Musk screwed him on that one too. So he was supposed to get it. It was even said the first Roadster was going to go to this guy. It was up on Tesla's homepage even. There's a photo. I don't have that photo, unfortunately. But and he got screwed. So that goes along with here. Tesla Motors replaces Eberhard as CEO. And let's keep going these pictures. This is what else I got. Here's the lawsuit. I even got the lawsuit for you guys. And moving right along. Here's a little bit more. Let's see if I can read this. It's awful small on my screen. Mark has set out to rewrite history. Musk has set out to rewrite history by falsely claiming that he was the founder and blah, blah, blah. So, okay, got that information there. So a lot of people are bitter towards him. And this is the guy. This is the guy that got kicked out. Musk kicked him out. And that's the first Roadster. And he was promised a second Roadster, the newest one. And of course, Musk said, "Nah, I'm not going to do that for you." So, all right. So that's the history of his work history. I'm not going to SpaceX. We're just talking Elon Musk as the Tesla guy. I'm not going to SpaceX or any of those other things. Okay. I'm sticking with this one for now because this is EV channel. Okay. So, who is Elon Musk? Well, who is he? Elon himself has talked about his father, saying he is an evil and abusive person. His father has been accused of being, well, I'm not even going to go into that for right now. I'm not even going to go into that. Let's just see what what do I think Elon? Who do I think Elon is? Personally, I think Elon, from a young age, was kind of groomed into being an actor for the face of all these different things going on. He's part of a strategy, and I think there are people behind him, powerful people behind him. kind of moving around and giving these stories. I have a problem with some of these stories. I really do. Like, I'll give you an example. I will give you an example because I'm not going to say that and not give an example. How about this one? This is coming from his father. This is okay. So Elon Musk's family once owned an emerald mine in Zambia. Here's the fascinating story of how they came to own it. Now, this story just stinks to me. It just doesn't. It doesn't pass the smell test as far as I'm concerned. Okay. So Elon Musk's father planned to fly a plane from South Africa to England and sell it once they got there. Their plane got diverted, which led to the chance meeting with Italians who wanted to buy the plane in cash. With his new riches, okay. So let's go into the story. Okay, it's just to me it's kind of absurd. This whole story, it just stinks. It doesn't pass the smell test as far as I'm concerned. And this is what I'm talking about with Elon Musk. There's so much we don't know about Elon Musk. The things we do know, I think he's CEO of 6 companies, guys. 6. We know of Tesla. We know of SpaceX. Solar City kind of counts, even though it's gone now. But there's also Boring Company, the Hyperloop, and he's also a producer of music. He writes his own music. Even he produces music and he makes his own music and plays music. That's not possible. That's not real. It's hard enough to run one company successfully as a CEO. To run 6, that's not even possible. So I can't really say for sure what Elon Musk is. What I can say is the stuff we think we know about Elon, that stuff isn't true. We know that much from this information we got. There's a lot of myth surrounding Elon, the man, and a lot of myth, and even some of these stories. Who knows how much of these stories I just cited all these news stories, and maybe some of these news stories aren't even true. I don't trust anything from the news basically, so I don't even know how much I can trust of that. How much is true about him walking around the streets in New York with emeralds in his pockets, and as a teenager selling emeralds to Tiffany Company behind his dad's back when his dad was asleep. It all sounds absurd, to me. Especially this story. Let's get into it, okay? In the mid-1980s, Elon Musk's father, Errol, and a co-pilot were on their way to England aboard a plane they hoped to sell when they landed there. I'm having a hard time reading this because it's so small on my screen. Sorry, guys. They never made it to their destination. Instead, Errol returned to South Africa with a half share in Zambian emerald mine, which would help to fund his family's lavish lifestyle of yacht skiing holidays and expensive computers. It was that lifestyle, Errol says, that turned Elon into the kind of merchant adventurer who would later break the rules of the motoring business with the Tesla and then go on to change the space flight with SpaceX. Don't even get me started on SpaceX. Don't even get me started on that. The way Errol tells it, it all started with an inconvenient religious holiday. On their way to England, Errol and his co-pilot got word that the original flight plan was going to cost a lot of money. We were going to fly into Jeddah, whatever Jeddah is, and there was a religious holiday, and they said if we come in now, we have to pay $2,000, but if we were to wait 10 days, we can come in at no charge. So we decided to head back to Lake whatever from where we were. I think we were in Djibouti. I don't know what that is. Anyways. Okay. There, the 2 South Africans ran into a group of Italians who, as it happened, were in the market for an airplane. Errol named his price, and a deal was done. So we went to this guy's prefab. I don't know what that means, prefab. And he opened his safe, and there was just stacks of money. And he paid me out $80,000, which is awful low for a plane that he claimed he was flying. This plane the size they're buying from, 80,000 pounds. That just sounds awful low, even in the mid-'80s. My father owned a plane. I don't know if you guys knew it. My father was a pilot. He owned a plane. It was a Mooney. I think it was a 6-passenger. It was a big plane. It was kind of big, but it was a prop. And that was back in the 60s and 70s. I was just a baby when I flew in it. My father had a medical condition and he couldn't hold on to it any longer. But that plane was like $200,000 back in the 60s. This sounds awful low, 80,000 pounds, but maybe 8,000 pounds in whatever currency. That was a lot of money back then. I don't know. It was a huge amount of money, he said. Standing with the cash in his hand, Errol was made another offer he couldn't refuse. Would he like to buy half an emerald mine for half of his new riches? So for 40,000 pounds, he could buy half of an emerald mine. I said, oh, all right. So I became half owner of the mine, and we got emeralds for the next 6 years. So, I mean, I could keep going. That's enough of that story. It just sounds just ridiculous to me. It doesn't pass the smell test. And that's why I have a problem with some. I just don't trust. It's in the news, but I don't trust a lot of news stories out there. You just don't know. You just don't know what you're dealing with when it comes to news and stuff. So that's what we know so far of his history and how he got to where he is. I do think the stories are true about. The story about him is like, I don't even know the story. I don't know how much is true about him buying that 10-bedroom place. I do believe he did. I do believe he had a full scholarship. Even if he didn't have a full scholarship, he was rich. He didn't need. He would need student loans to go to college. And I also that, like I said, the story with him walking around with emeralds in his pocket just sounds ridiculous too. But I think some of the stories are true. I do believe the stories about X.com, Zip, all those things. I think those are true stories there. There's just too many. There's too many people involved in those stories where it's hard to do fact checking when you're saying someone's saying he walked around with emeralds in his pocket. Who's gonna fact check that? How can he fact check that? The house you could probably fact check, but like I said, he did purchase that with somebody else. Somebody else and him bought that. It wasn't just himself. So maybe that part's true. But yeah, some of the stories you can't fact check, but the business deal, there's just too many people involved. It'd be hard to fake that stuff. So who do I think Elon is? I really do believe he's some kind of actor. I do. I think he's like a puppet in a way. And I don't know why we're not there yet, but we're getting there, I think. Things are in motion. And I think he's just, you look at his stock, it's about to split again. Why? Because he's making some kind of deal with some rental car companies. It just doesn't make any sense. His stock doesn't make sense. Him as a brand, I understand him as a brand, Elon is the brand, but the way he runs his business doesn't make sense. How is it? The only reason why it keeps going and it doesn't fail, we already know this. I've talked about this many times before. He does still get a lot of government assistance. He does. Plus all those pre-orders. I mean, what is it? 1.5 million pre-orders of a Cybertruck. And granted, for most people, it's $100 only for their pre-order. But 1.5 million times 100. That's still a lot of money going into Tesla. That they don't even have to show anything for it yet. So I mean, that's Elon Musk. I want to slaughter the cow. I hope I did a good enough job to educate you guys on who Elon Musk is, and kind of hope you look at him in a different light. He's not this genius that people make him out to be. And, don't even get me started. I won't even go near SpaceX because I know I'm going to upset a lot of people. So don't even get me started on that. So let me look at the comments. Let's go back to the comments now. Let's see. I am done with that part of my live stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's see here. Japanese protectionism for the win. Right on, William Pierre. So let me finish this tomorrow and beat. Okay, also Jim, have a good one. He's already gone. Anyways, anybody want to chime in there? You want to join in the conversation? Because that's what I got. Elon Musk is not the man we're told. He's not. It's just not possible to be a CEO of 6 companies. I mean, just one would kill you. I mean, let's say, okay, I mean, Rich rebuilds. You guys know I love watching Rich rebuilds, and he has his own because he lives in Massachusetts, right to repair. He built his own Tesla repair shop, and he hired a whole bunch of ex-Tesla employees. Some people were pretty high up. Some of his guys, one of his guys was a pretty high up Tesla guy, engineer, and the guy is always laughing. He's always pointing out all these flaws, like in the Model X, tons of flaws in the X. One of the most expensive Teslas you can buy, and the X has got like the most flaws out there. And he's always laughing, pointing this stuff out. And how are you going to run? How are you going to do that? You can't do that with something like a SpaceX. You can't do it. You think we watch these alleged rockets taking off and landing by themselves and stuff. By the way, have you ever noticed that the camera always dies right when it's about to touch ground? When it's coming down, we lost the feed. And all of a sudden the feed comes back, it's landed with all the smoke flying around it. Every time. But let's just say, those are real. You can't. You cannot. It's not possible. These are $150,000 cars, $100,000 cars, $150,000 cars, and they're just not the quality like a Benz would be, like a same price German car. For quality control and things like that. You can't run a space agency like that. You just can't. But I mean, people are going to say, well, a space agency, he's going to do it differently for that. He's not purposely, I don't think he's purposely doing this with the cars. I don't think he's purposely making them mediocre quality. He's new at it, or his company's new at it. I say him, but remember, he didn't even found the thing, but he kicked one of the co-founders out. Or one of the main, there was two founders. He kicked one of them out. I don't know if the other one's even around anymore either. That was a pretty old story I found about him kicking the founder out. But he's CEO of the company now. He is CEO of Tesla now. He's kind of got the control of it, and he's not doing this stuff on purpose, but he's new at it, and he's making a lot of mistakes. And I don't think he ran a space agency before NASA. He didn't work at NASA before he started SpaceX, but yet SpaceX is coming out perfectly every time. I just nothing adds up. It doesn't pass the smell test. Let's see. Maybe he is twin. We don't know. He does have a brother. He does have a brother, but I don't think there's any twin. However, we do know about his father. I don't want to talk about his father. His father is so disgusting. I'm not even going to talk about his father. Yeah, it's bad. So Elon Musk's dad has a baby with his stepdaughter who is 42 years younger than him, allegedly. That's the report. So that's Elon Musk's father, and that's his stepdaughter who he had a baby with. He kind of pulled a Woody Allen. So Woody Allen had an adopted Asian daughter that he married eventually, but he was having an affair. He was having an affair with her while she was still his adopted daughter, before when she was still underage, and then he married her when she was legal age. He married her. Elon Musk had a stepdaughter. His father had a stepdaughter, and while she was underage, he was having a relationship with her. That's why people are alleging he's a pedophile. Alleging, it's never been. I don't think he's been labeled it yet, but it's been alleged that he's a pedophile. So I mean, he doesn't come. And even Elon Musk has even said his father was an evil and abusive man. Elon doesn't have any love for his own father. So I mean, he didn't come from like the best families. He does have a brother. I don't know about twin, but he just doesn't have the best family life. Really, it's a mess. It's a mess. But a lot of his success came from his parents' help when he was young. And if it wasn't for them helping out at the very beginning, he might have not gotten this path. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just, we don't know who he is. Like I said, I think he's a puppet for something bigger. Like maybe they made a deal when he was young with a family, with the parents, and maybe that's why Elon has such hatred towards his father now. Like his father made a deal with some pretty powerful people and using Elon as the face. And to kind of like a Manchurian candidate, but not in the politics, in power of other places. And who knows? I don't know. I don't know anything. That's just my not even opinion. It's just the theories I have, and I don't know. But all I do know is Elon isn't the man that a lot of people think he is. That's all myth. Most of it's myth. I just told everybody the truth, and I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I see there is nothing else out there for comments, so I think I did my job pretty well, and that's why I had a lot of pictures and links, well, not links, but pictures of the news sources and stuff. I didn't do most of this research was done by other people, and I'm using their work to make this, and I should give the proper shout out to the people that made it. I'll give you the link to the home. I can give you the address to the homepage I got off of. What's it called? StopLookThink.com, I think it's called. Hang on, let me see. Still online? Okay. Yeah. StopLookThink.com. If you want to look at where I got this information, StopLookThink.com. It's a pretty interesting channel. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's a truther channel, but this was done really well. The people that investigated this, they did a good job on that. Like I said, they showed their sources, so it's fairly trustworthy, I think. Let's see here. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, guys. I noticed there's nobody's giving me a thumbs up yet. If you liked what I did tonight, because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work to get all these photos and set up the thing and make sure I memorized all the stuff correctly. I didn't want to make any mistakes. So if you like this, thumbs up, please. It's weird. YouTube, they've now deactivated the dislike button, which I don't understand. I don't care. I don't care if people know how many people dislike my videos. Never bothered me a bit, but they've taken that away. Sorry about that, guys. Not my choice. But I still need the likes. If I don't get the likes, my video will not be spread out there for other people to see. In the end, is all the gossip surrounding Musk that important? He's not a god, granted. He's not an evil genius either. I agree. Very good point, Lane Pierre. I agree wholeheartedly. My whole point is he was becoming a sacred cow for the fanboys. And I don't... We have a duty, in a way, to stop that. I feel like, especially when it comes to any kind of... This is not anything different I've ever said in the past. I hate it when people get brand... what am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? There's brand loyalty. I hate it. These are all corporations. These are companies. These things are not looking out for anybody's best interest. They're making a product, and they want to make a profit off of it. That's all it is. And some of them make good products, some of them make bad products, okay? And I'm not saying Tesla's bad. I pre-ordered a Tesla Cybertruck because I want a truck and it's affordable. I don't know if I'll ever get it. But I also want the Model 3 would be fine too if I can find one used eventually. I can't afford a new one. But if I can ever find one used, I'm there. I like the cars. I'm a little worried buying used because I'm going to get it used if I can get an extended warranty on it. It has to have a warranty. Otherwise, I'm not going to buy it used. Tesla, you definitely need a warranty if you're going to buy their cars. They have awesome after service. The best. I think they're hands down the best after service company out there for people to buy cars new. Excellent after service. Might take a while sometimes especially depending where you live, might take quite a while to get your car back, but they offer excellent customer service, after service. And that's the reason why I like the company. I also like a lot of their ideas. I don't think they're Elon's ideas, but he kept them. At least he didn't get rid of them. He didn't throw them out. Like, I love the fact that these cars can be updated overnight. You know, sometimes you get a brand new car when you wake up in the morning. It's like, wow, my whole UI is completely changed. Cool. You know, you get that kind of stuff with Tesla. You don't get that with Nissan. Nissan, if you want a new UI, you have to buy a new car, a completely new car. I like that about Tesla. I like Tesla's minimalistic look, which is kind of ironic because that's very Japanese, very Zen and Japanese-like. And yet the Japanese cars are very still old school with all the buttons and stuff. And I like the tactile buttons. You know how I feel about that. I prefer the tactile buttons over the one screen with everything there. And I'm loving the fact that a lot more people are starting to realize that. People that had Teslas in the cars, the screens have like janked out on them, and they got all weird on them, and the people realize, oh, I can't even open my glove compartment to get my information to call for the tow truck or something, whatever, So that I do like the physical buttons on cars. I do. But I do like the minimalistic look of a Tesla inside and out. I like the styling of Tesla. I do like the range of a Tesla for the price with these new battery packs that are coming out. There's a lot of things that you can like about the cars, and they're good cars. I've always said that. But I just don't like when like Windows people, Mac people, Linux people, you just got all these different people that get so focused on the brand, like other people are retarded if they buy the other brand. It's not like that. These companies, Apple could care less about the environment. They could care less about us. They really could. They just care about the profit. And if it means making it look like they care about the environment to get people to buy their crap, they'll do that. Same thing with the COVID crap. Oops, I said it. Well, of course, I don't have to worry about being demonetized. Same thing with the COVID crap. They don't care. They don't care. They really don't care. Elon's proven that. Back when it was going on back in 2020, he defied the government and said, "No, I'm going to keep the factory going." He didn't follow the lockdown because he's like, "No." None of them are like none of them care about it, but they'll put on an image if it makes them look good to the rest of the world so they can sell more products. It's all about sales, okay, guys? And I know you all know. I'm preaching to the choir. I understand that. But there's a lot of people out there, they just get all weird about brands and things like that. And it's just these are just corporations out there that could care less about anything, but all they care about is profit. And if we're lucky enough, they will make a good product, if we're lucky, that we can use. And Apple lately has been doing that. That's why their stock's trying to go back up again, because Apple lately has been putting out some really good stuff with their own silicone. Plus these new phones, incredible. I can't stop raving about the cameras on these things. Insane. Going from a 10 to a 13 is just insane. All the new features, all the better quality, the better cameras, the lenses physically just gigantic on these things now. Really incredible. But I'm not a fanboy either. I'm not. But yeah. So excellent point, Elaine Pierre. I agree with you wholeheartedly. You can still use voice recognition to open the glove box. Yeah. It's funny you said that because that's hilarious. This guy that was ranting about his glove compartment, somebody said the same thing to him. It was like, it wasn't working. It's like, if the screen doesn't work, the voice recognition doesn't work. So there you go. That's according to that guy, the guy that was complaining about it. But anyways, it's funny you said that. Linux is not a brand per se. Okay, it's not a brand. Oh gosh, you're right. It's not a brand. You're right. It's an open source software. I understand that. Okay. Apples and oranges, dude. Whatever. It's still, there's people out there that are like Linux fans, and only Linux is the best, and whatever. Okay. I'm not even gonna get to that. Too late. I'm too tired. It's cool. It's all good. Anyways, that's my stream. I hope I didn't piss you off too much, guys. Like I said, I still like the car, but I can't stand Elon himself. The man, can't stand that guy. Can't stand him. Don't like him. I really hope somebody pushes him out eventually. I hope that guy, the original creator, the original one, I hope somehow he gets himself back in. Kind of like how Steve Jobs got himself back into Microsoft eventually. Hope it happens for him someday. Because it'd be pretty cool to see him. I mean, that roadster was amazing, and from that roadster we got the Model S. And yes, Elon has done some. He's had some good ideas. Honestly, I don't like the way he did. I don't think that was a clever idea. How he went very expensive first for the one percenters out there, and eventually finally came out with some cars for the masses. I don't think he had to do it. I don't think that his idea was the best idea, but that's just my opinion. And that's all it is. This is the opinion. I could be completely wrong. Hell, I'm no CEO of anything. Well, I'm an owner of my own private company, but what do I know, right? Anyways, it was good chatting with you. I hope I prefer Linux because oh, and now I'm starting to get it. Now I'm starting to get that okay. So I hit a nerve with Elaine Pierre with the Linux thing. For Linux because of its philosophy. By the users, for the users, everything is open. Right. I know all about it. My son is a system engineer. He's using Linux right now. I just love watching Linus Tech Tips. Watch Linus. Let's see how he feels about Linux. Anyways, next week we're going to talk about Huub and his car and what's going on with that. It's a very interesting thing that's going on with his car, and I'd like to see it get resolved soon. So let's see what happens next week. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget, give it a like on your way out. Have a good night, guys. I am going to